no matter how much Kaiir Elam is struggling at this point, I think you have no choice but to play him. Dane Jackson's ceiling is very, very low. Even in that game yesterday, they were picking on Dane Jackson more than they were picking on Kaiir Elam. It was clear to me they were picking out where Dane Jackson was playing. And we've seen enough from Dane Jackson. He's played for years. We know what his ceiling is. His ceiling is a middle-of-the-road corner at best, who has actually gotten worse. I thought Dane Jackson looked a lot better in his first year than he did last year. I think he's gotten worse every season to the point where now the other team seems to know his tendencies. He's getting beat with ease, and there's no coverage going on that's good enough. In a zone, maybe he can hold up, but one-on-one, he just can't. Zay Jones cooked him with ease in the first quarter for a touchdown. We're talking about Zay Jones. We're not talking about Devontae Adams. We're not talking about Tyreek Hill. We're talking about Zay Jones. We had Zay Jones for many years. He stinks. I'm sorry. He's not a good wide receiver, and Dane Jones couldn't even cover him. Not even close. He wasn't even in the area one-on-one with Zay Jones. So, no kidding, they're going to be targeting him the rest of the game. The guy is not good one-on-one. I get he's your, hopefully, he was kind of playing as your third string guy, which is not good. The first man up off of an injury. I don't agree with it. I think Kaiir Elam should be playing, which obviously he was yesterday. But I think Benford and Elam should be given every opportunity to take those jobs because I have no belief in Dane Jackson whatsoever. So I think they have to give Kaiir Elam a long leash and give him a chance to develop into the first-round pick they originally thought he was going to be because they don't really have a choice. You already mentioned Josh Norman is not an option. I don't understand the signing. I think it's a complete waste of time. And I think Dane Jackson is not good enough on a team with our aspirations. Whether we still have a chance or not with this type of defense, I'll reserve that comment for later to see if some of the players who we put in as substitutes can pick up the slack. But I will say I think Benford and Elam should be playing corner because that gives us the best chance at getting at least one guy who may be elite.
Question for you. We look at this Buffalo Bills defense. You look at the cornerback situation. Do we need to be blaming Brandon Beane for not doing more? Because no one can see this coming in terms of how many injuries. But you better believe that at some point in the season, you're going to lose one or two cornerbacks, whether it's for the entire season or at least for, a 4 to 5 week span. Did we not bolster the defensive backs enough? Because I know we brought in Taylor Rapp, who's looked really good at safety, but really we didn't do a whole lot to solidify the cornerback depth. You said it already. You had Dane Jackson as your next man up, as the third option when it came to TreDavious White, Christian Benford. Do we need to blame Beane for some of the problems that we're now going to face?
I would say there is if, picking Kaiir Elam. It seems to be that, we drafted a corner in the first round, which I think we were all kind of excited about at the time. And so far, he just hasn't panned out. So to me, the blame would be, did they pick the right guy? To this point, it would seem they did not pick the right guy. He hasn't contributed really much at all. They did play him a little bit down the stretch last year and in the playoffs. And I actually thought Elam looked okay, which is why I still have some hope that he can turn things around. I actually think Kaiir Elam could be a good player. I don't think we've given him enough of a chance yet.